guys, welcome back to Unstable. What is wrong with you? Get it together.
So I asked a bunch of people questions. I was like either interesting, funny, random, or thought-provoking, and I feel like they're all thought-provoking. So we're about to explore our minds, I guess. I briefly went through.
Okay, I have a few questions too that I feel like they're interesting and I'm curious. You can go first with the first one. I get nervous. Don't even. Why are you doing that?
How would you describe our relationship in one word?
Our relationship?
Our relationship.
Wait, that's hard. Wait. I want to find like a good
I
word.
have one. Unstable.
That's like...
That's okay. It's too corny.
That's like too simple. Like that's just too out there. Like I was gonna actually like try to think of like a good word that like describes us.
Because you know what, we're unstable, but our relationship isn't unstable. So I guess that like, doesn't really apply.
Like describes our relationship. I feel like I would say like
one word, the whole thing.
I feel like I have it in my head like of what I'm thinking of, but like I can't think of one specific word.
Come on, Hidaya.
I know. Say anything now. I'm thinking.
And if you think about it later, just say it out of nowhere.
I feel like I would like our relationship. I would describe it as like
nothing.
What
the frick?
No, I would describe our relationship as like very sisterly, like
very, I did
like family
think
like or family like I would say that like that's how I would describe our relationship. It's like family to me. Like it's.
We're going to PA this week to meet my grandma and my dad, and
I'm so excited.
My dad called me today and was like, "Oh, are you excited to see your father?" Da 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 da. I was like, "Hidaya's more excited than me."
No, for real, I probably am.
And he's like, "Oh, my other daughter."
No, I feel like I definitely am more excited to see them than Brie is, because you were just down there too, so like I haven't seen them in a minute, and like I haven't been to PA ever. So it's also the first time going to her house.
No, and my grandma has like a house on like a little farm. Like,
we're gonna
secluded.
We're gonna vlog our trip up and like get some good videos there.
And just to get away from the city, it's nice.
Just going for the weekend.
And it's a little bit colder there.
Even I'm excited.
My dad was like, "I need to bring a coat."
Your dad's gonna be walking around in this fat puffer.
Yeah.
Every time. Yes. Every time it drops below 70.
Facts.
He pulls out the puffer.
He pulls out like
pulls out the puffer because he did it in North Florida. We were still in Florida and literally we're all sitting there in like a cardigan, like just a zip up, like nothing crazy. Your dad full puffer, and I'm like
with the fur around the hood, and everything.
Like we're in New York.
Like I don't even own a puffer like that, even for like the freaking cold dead winter.
We literally wear like just jackets on top of jackets.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a good one because when I read the question, I was like, oh, that's like, I have an answer. Is there a stranger that you saw that you still think about?
That's a good one. I have a few.
Really? Okay. Do like your favorite. Like the one that's like a good memory, like a good stranger interaction.
The thing is.
No good?
Oh, you mean like interaction of like talking to them?
No. It doesn't have to be. There could be of no words of exchange, like a look, like just a stranger that you like remember.
Okay, I have two.
Okay.
And I'll say the funny one first because it's so stupid that why I will. It's not even an interaction. It's just a stranger I saw on the bus.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I will never forget him. And I don't know why.
I know who you're thinking.
That tall guy with the white beard,
yes, with the tattoos. He was really
and
handsome.
And the thing is, I don't know why. That was like over 2 years ago, and for some reason, I vividly remember it.
I remember that day.
And
the bus was so bright. Like, it felt like spring or something. Like, there was something in the air.
There was something in the air, and, like, he didn't even glance at me, but I don't know why I remember
he definitely did not even notice us sitting there, but, like, we saw him, and I remember him, too. I do. Yeah. I do. I don't think about him.
So stupid.
I don't think about him, but you do. That's cool.
It's not even, like, that's the only one that comes to my head when I think of a stranger I saw that I can't forget about.
You know
like,
what
why?
I think about, and I don't even think I told you about this when it happened.
What?
It was in our second year up here, and I was going to meet a friend, and I was taking the train, and there was this guy on the cart, and I didn't really notice him till he was getting off the train, and we made eye contact, and we kind of held eye contact as he was walking down the stairs, and he got to that point in the staircase where you could still see into the cart, and we're still making eye contact, and all of a sudden he just goes like just something silly and random, and like smiled, laughter, like was laughing, and I was like,
I wouldn't be able to forget that either.
I can't forget that because I was like, why was that like so like just
it was
that
cute,
it was just cute, and like that was all it was. Like there was no words.
I love humans, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was just like a cute interaction that like I'll always remember.
Yeah.
What if that was my soulmate?
Exactly. That's what it's like. Why?
Where is he?
An interaction though, like I generally had conversation wise that I'll never forget it was at my last job, and I had a customer, and she was just like, she definitely like was having a sad day, but like she was talking a lot. I don't know, like so like I'm an artist. Like I got my degree in fine arts. Like at the time I was in school and I was working something else, and she came up to me and like, I don't know how we got into the conversation, and she started talking about her best friend and how she was just getting it's because she was getting like some chocolates for her best friend, but apparently her best friend doesn't even like remember her anymore because she has dementia. And she basically just started talking about how she only can like remember things by like using art, and so sure her house is full of like artworks and paintings to like go to like specific memories and stuff. And at the time, like I was a painter and I loved painting memories and all that same thing, so like we just started talking about that, and she thought it was so crazy that I was a painter, and it was just like, it was such a nice interaction. And I know like that made her day. Like she lit up, and like it was just,
it's a wholesome moment.
Right.
It's just like cute.
It also just made me sad. I'm like, because she like goes to see her best friend, and I'm like, ugh.
I would have dementia. That would be me. Yeah, I feel like besides that, I don't think I have any other stranger interactions that I like think of.
We probably have, but like nothing that we remember.
Yeah, like that's something I'll literally think about when I'm on the train. I'll be like,
what if I see him?
What, like, no, just like there's no like interaction I've ever had that would like top that, because like I feel like everyone else, like they ruin it by saying something. Do you know what I mean? And that's like whatever they say is usually like, ugh.
I mean, I guess a recent one of mine would be that guy that like ended up on the same.
Nice.
We previously talked about it.
Yeah, that was cute. That was cute. I liked that for you.
What part of me did you not know you needed until I came into your life, and vice versa?
I think like your confidence and like the way that like, yeah, I would say your confidence and the way that you'll like, I don't know, just step out of your comfort zone a lot of times. Like I didn't know how much I needed that, because definitely without meeting you, I wouldn't even like be living out my own out here, because like I wouldn't never have stepped out of my comfort zone with this.
You know, I feel like you push me out of my comfort zone in a different way though. Does that make sense?
You have to explain it.
Does that make sense?
No, you have to explain it. Doesn't make sense. I explained it. You have to explain it.
You do. I push you out of your comfort zone for yourself. You push me out of my comfort zone for others. Because I already do that for myself.
I get that.
But for others, that's where I lacked more. And then yours is like the opposite. Yeah. Not for yourself, but for others.
That's true. That's actually very true.
So like that's why when you said that, I was like, oh, that's kind of what I was gonna say. But when you explained it was different. So it's like,
it's different because it's
that
very
is
true.
Actually a perfect puzzle piece.
That is, because like I feel like where Brie lacks is more like she's not like great with comforting people and doesn't know how to really react when people are like feeling with their emotions towards her, and she's just like, well, like it's just, she's a very nonchalant person, and like she has a lot of emotional friends around her, and I'm like, you can't be so nonchalant with us. Like we're like your girlfriends, you know what I mean? Like when you have like it's like talking to a man, so it's like you can't be so nonchalant. Like I feel like I'm talking to a guy and you're giving me nothing, you know what I mean?
Stoicism.
What's ways that like I've changed since we met, and then I'll say what ways you've changed since.
I mean, so much. I think I feel like we met each other like
young ages,
so one, physically a lot, and mentally a lot, like, and I think it was just like we watched each other through like an important time of our lives.
Like I will say, like the way I've seen you change is more so like what we were talking about earlier. Like you've like just opened up more with that. You've gotten more more compassionate.
That's
with
what
people.
I'm saying.
Like,
it's very similar to the last question, but like also like that's just to an extreme, because at the same time we're just growing and maturing. So in the middle of high school we met, and now we're like 5-6 years past that, right? I don't even know. At least 2019.
I say from like I count from junior year, right? Because I've known each other. Yes,
it's been
like,
over 5 years.
Yeah,
at a prime time of life. We went into adulthood together.
Bro, I just think about, like...
And we still are, so it's crazy.
It's really, I feel like the most change was, like... I don't think I'm as, like... And you're probably gonna, like, roll your eyes, but, like, I don't think I'm as sensitive as I was. Like, speaking from how much I used to actually cry...
You are still very sensitive, but that is facts. That is
like,
facts.
think about how much I actually used to cry.
Because of experiences, it builds you as a person.
Yeah, that's true, but, like... No, but, like, I would actually, like... Just more to myself, like, I feel like I was just crying more often than I do now. And, like, and I think that's just more with age that, like, you just stop...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Crying as much.
But also, like... Even if you're not even telling yourself like that, it does happen because you don't even realize it. But like with age and experiences, it builds you as a person, and you don't even feel it or see it, but you just do, and you're not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your mind is just different.
That's true, but I feel like I have seen it.
And
like...
also going out of your comfort zone, like you said, and doing your own things in your own life builds you as a stronger person as well.
That's true.
What intimidated you the most about me when we first started dating? I'm just kidding.
At first I was like, I thought I was taking the question seriously.
Because you know what? Like, why? Remember when we first moved out here, so many people thought we were dating?
Oh my god, no, because so random.
Like, can people not have best friends?
First of all, no, but I don't know why I was thinking about this, and don't even look at me weird, but I was thinking about, like, if I was to give a speech at your wedding one day. I was thinking about this literally today, earlier in my room. I know, so random. But I was thinking about my speech and how I would say it. Because I do this sometimes. Do people not do that? Because I'm preparing, like, long term. I'm like...
You also love speeches, long,
and I
like,
feel
birthday
like, feel like I would talk at weddings because, like, I'm the person who does give the good speeches. I feel like I would say something. Yeah, you would. So, like, I was just thinking about what I would say, and I'd be like... Because I'd be like, it's crazy. Like, a lot of people thought we were dating. Like, for a lot of my school. No. And I think it's because, like, we were always at each other's family events and stuff, but it's just because, like, we were always there.
I don't know why. But, like,
that's just what friends do, and I think that's what all friends do. So it's, like, I don't understand why it was so weird for us.
It's not like
there's so many questions.
No, that's what I'm saying. And it would be people that, like, don't know us on social media, too. It's not like they don't even see us actually to even form that. So
opinion.
It's like, and I'm just like... Oh my god. And like I remember one time we were searching each other's names, and when you searched Hidaya Jazzy, it was like and her girlfriend around that time too, and I was like, what is going on?
And my girlfriend. I'm like, who's my girlfriend? No, because I think even it was to a point where even my parents, bro, my dad asked my mom. My dad had asked my mom. He was like, is something going on? And my mom was like, no, there's not. Because I've always been, like, my mom knows, like, my type in guys. So, like, she knows that she knows. But, like, I feel like everyone's had that thought cross their mind. And they're like, are they? I'm just like,
which is
we're
crazy.
not. Like, my daddy's even said that I'm not going to settle down until Bree finally settles down. Like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean?
I see that.
But that's okay, but that has nothing to do with me. If I don't find someone,
oh, that's true.
If what does that have to do with anything?
She's not gonna just pick a random
I'm just gonna like, because Bree's getting married, I'm just gonna be like, okay, come on, let's go. Like,
yeah. Because I mean, some people see marriage in that way. Like, when you want it, you get it, and like you pick, and then you settle.
Cause you settle. If that's what you want to do, then you settle. But like,
neither
I don't want to settle. So it's like,
it's either that. Or they think we're dating. I mean, that's the same thing. Or they think we're sisters.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I'll give them that.
The thing is, and that always takes me off guard, too, because I feel like I always just think of the scarf, and I'm like, how do you think a scarf just I know, but then I'm like, I guess we look similar. We do look similar. I know we do look similar in certain ways.
In certain ways, yeah.
But whenever people randomly say it, I always look at them, and I'm like, I feel like you're being racist, but whatever.
Is it easy or hard for you to let go of hurt or betrayal in friendships or relationships?
I think I hold a grudge. I know I hold a grudge.
For both or like...
I'm talking about with like in friendships, I hold grudges. I know that. I do hold grudges. Yeah. Like, the thing is, not even hold grudges per se.
But it's harder than easy.
It's harder for me to let go. I'll just always keep that in the back of my mind. It's like, noted. Like, I'm checking that. I'm going to note that behavior, and I'm going to move accordingly. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to just open myself up to being, like, constantly taken advantage of, because that's constantly been a theme for me. Yeah. Where I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. Yeah. Like, I give too much. Like, more than the other person in the friendship. So it's like, the minute I notice that, I like step back and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It's very petty of me. It's not mature. It's not grown up of me. But
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
For me, if we're taking it back a few years, like before we came out here, I would say easy. I don't, like, if in a relationship or a friendship, easy.
Like you don't hold a grudge, or you do?
I don't care. Okay, if you move on.
Yeah.
Like, and like, I'm fine. Like, it doesn't affect, like, I don't think about it.
You hold grudges now more, you think?
No. Oh. Listen. And so I'm thinking of those friendships and relationships in the past, and it didn't hurt me. It didn't bother me. Now, though, I want to immediately say, oh, yeah, like, it would be easy. But realistically, the friendships I have now are too, like, bonded and strong. So it would hurt me. Because it's like, I've known them for a longer time. Like, back then, like, it was only easy because I was younger and it wasn't that long. But I feel, I don't know what my answer would be now, but I don't think it would be easy. I think I would think about it. And I know relationships, it's harder for me as well.
Do you have any grudges you're holding?
I don't have any grudges now.
I'm trying to think if I do.
But I don't know. Like, I just haven't experienced hurt or betrayal fully yet right now.
What? You haven't?
And friendships or relationships?
Oh. Lucky ass girl. Is this like a solo trip I'm over here on? Like, does no one have this?
But I have in my past, but at the time it was easy for me. So I'm saying, like, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't happen now in either of those categories. Like, I don't know what my answer would be now. I've just
realized people are still just so fake and, like...
I guess. I just don't... I avoid fake people, so... I still consider her my friend.
I know you do, but, like, you might not see it from the way I see it. Like, she said things that, like, were... like, what the f***?
I know.
But it's, like... whatever.
But it's different. I also...
No, I know you know her longer.
In a different way. So it doesn't even matter about the length, though. Like, it's just different. But I don't... See, yeah, like, if that relationship was completely diminished in my life forever, I would be hurt about that.
I just think that year was just...
That's the thing. It's not... that's the thing. Like, I can say something as bad for everyone I knew at that time. So, like, that's why I'm not gonna, like, point a finger. I can say something about everyone, even myself. So it's like...
No, I think we were all at our worst.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And of course, everyone at the same time. So it just blew up, you know?
What area in your life do you think that you're, like, playing it too safe?
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, I think I'm playing it too safe with my work. Like, I'm not putting as much into my work as I could, like, with making content.
Okay, I was going to say, like, that, but I didn't know if that, like, would even answer the question.
Yeah, like, that's, like, where I'm playing it safe, I feel like, in my life right now.
The thing is, for me, I'm not even playing it safe there, so I can't even say that because I'm not playing.
You're just not doing it.
So, like, that doesn't even answer that question for me. You could say you're playing it safe because, like, you are, but, like, you could be doing
I could be doing more. I should be doing more.
You should do that part. You should ask for that partnership. Like on it. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was gonna shout it to you.
I just don't know how.
You can't. Do you want me to type something up for you? That's just an email.
I'm getting overwhelmed.
Okay, let me try to think of something that I'm playing it safe that I'm already, like, doing though. I don't know. Never mind. I don't know why. I'm gonna try to think about it. Everything.
Nothing? Oh, okay.
Everything. Because I feel like no matter what, even when I'm not, like, that's, like, a question where, like, you could always be doing more with everything.
Yeah, but, like...
even the things you're doing good.
But check yourself. Like, what's one thing that you know that you could definitely be putting more into it?
Well, okay, like that, what we just said. But then for me, there's so many that falls into that because then my art falls into that as well. Yeah. There's so much. And there's, like, 4 different revenues.
Yeah. Like, you're playing it safe with your art. You're playing it safe with your work, social media, finding a job. Like, you're, like, holding yourself back. Like, you don't take that, like, final leap.
It also doesn't help that, like, everything is a punch in the face back.
Why is it a punch in the face back?
Because this economy is shit.
Yeah, but, like, okay, yes, I get it. Like, the bills constantly come. So it's like...
No, I'm talking about the jobs, like, the works.
Not accepting, like...
Yeah, like, it's so fucking shit.
It's like, I feel like they say, oh, it's like the best time to get a job because, like,
they're lying.
But then, like, no one's hiring and, like, they make it
they say they are and they're not. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, you actually have to, like, fight. Like, you have to. The thing is,
in my brain, that's what you have to do to get a job. You have to be constantly calling. Yeah, you have to check up a few times with the managers, with the people.
Like, that one lady for the logo design it was just like a
She never
commission.
Answered you?
No. And I don't even think she saw the email, honestly, because I don't like, this is a professional business, dermatology company. They wanted a new logo. I can do that stuff. And there's been so many separate emails, like introduction email, mock-up email, pricing email, like just different things, a checkup email, and nothing. And I get it. It's like she has her own business, and like a logo thing is just something on the side that she wants to do. It's not on the top of her, but she did want it done. Like, that's what I've heard from somebody else.
Just surprised that she hasn't answered you
at
all.
I need to contact the friend that gave me to her and say, like, because she was like, oh yeah, like you have to check in because her emails get lost. I'm like, okay, but like there's only so many times I can do that. Yeah. And like that's a good check right there, just to do one logo. So like, but I mean, at least I think I'm locked in with them.
Yeah,
I think so. Noah said, like, she was like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be hired. And she was like, I'm just waiting until I get back from PA to do a follow. Good. Speaking of jobs, what would I most likely be fired for? And then I'll say one for you too. Okay. And this is like not realistic, but like if there was something,
Oh no, I think this, if you were to be fired from a job, I think this would literally be the reason. I know exactly
what my reason would be.
I think it would be she would have too many consecutive days of coming in late. I think really? I think that's what you would be. Like, I feel like if you had like a morning shift, a bunch of them, I could see you missing your alarm, being like 10 minutes late for a few days in a row and then getting fired.
I feel like when it's a job though, like I'm like, it's too serious for me to be late. But
you've never had an early morning job like this. Yeah, some jobs do have early morning shifts, so it's like, I know you're not a morning person.
Yeah, no.
Even Bree, 9:30? I can wake up somewhere?
As long as if I wake up at 7 and that's the latest I can wake up, I'm straight with that. But if I have to wake up any time before that, that means I'm pulling all-nighters, and that means I'm miserable zombie all day.
You can't do that, Bree.
There's ways.
No. None of those stupid ways.
But no, I thought that actually isn't. I think when we worked together and when I had morning shifts, yeah, you were never there though. If I did have morning shifts, it was just me. But
yeah, everyone works separately for like those shifts.
But I never was. I could never. Like, I would be too terrified, even though they never gave a damn about me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's an embarrassment for myself. It is embarrassing. That's why no, it's not. Nobody cares.
It is. It's a job. Like, you need to be late. On time.
No, see, you have
that's how you get fired, like bro. No, that's just I was raised with good ethics. That's like, if you're there 10 minutes early, you're on time. If you're there on time, you're late.
No, yeah, exactly. You know? You should have said was...
What I should have said.
That I would yell at someone. If a customer's pissing me off, if some racist, angry, like,
no, I've seen you hold your calm at work, Brie.
If it's someone harassing me, I'm going to curse at them.
Well, that's always fine. But I also feel like get fired for that. Get fired for that. That's wrong.
Well, actually, no. But also, a lot of jobs you wouldn't get fired for being late. I know people that are late every single day and they never get fired if you're a good worker. So like I said, for this it depends too, because I've seen lots of people that
it depends how far you take it, Brie. If you violently attack them, yes, you might get fired. But if you're just
not that, but if you're
verbally defending yourself,
getting attitude, yeah, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes like you have to be like the customers, right?
It depends on the situation. Like, if they're full on harassing you, Brie, you can defend yourself. That's just human rights. Like, you're allowed to defend yourself. Nowhere can tell you not to defend yourself.
Yeah, but if someone said something slick,
like, what's slick? Brie, you can't flip your shit because someone's slick.
I wouldn't flip my shit, but I would say something slick back, and then they could go back and complain to me at a corporate.
You can't do that.
But that's what I'm saying. I would do that.
Yeah, you can say, I think you should defend yourself.
But that's what I'm saying. You can still get fired for that.
I think you can defend yourself in a way that's not like rude and like being like stooping to the level.
But I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but these companies don't care about that.
I feel like nowadays you can get away with saying way more stuff than you could back then.
In New York, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's how my brain is, that like you can get away with saying all that stuff you're saying right now.
In New York, yeah, but...
Because if someone's being rude, the more likely the work is going to defend you. You're their employee. Yeah, but you can literally say that they were going crazy.
Me as a new person, let's say something happened and you said something, you would get away with it. If I said something back and someone went back to him, he would fire me. But that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of
picked favorites.
There's a lot of places like that. So I just know that I probably would end up under that boat. For you, I think vaping, too many sick days.
See, that's not even valid. Because
I'm just kidding. I'm just saying that because I'm just fucking with you.
That's because we were living in a sick house, and I was sick for so long. I've never been sick for 3 weeks in my life. They were just
a-holes. You see what I mean? There's no valid reason. I was just sick
for 3 weeks.
But that's the thing. People be firing for the littlest thing.
No, I know also, they do, but like...
I also could see like recording things that you shouldn't have recorded. Because like you didn't ask them beforehand, and then like you just start recording things, and then... Even though they should be thankful. Even though they should be thankful.
I'm a good employee. I would literally get fired for the dumbest reason ever. Like, I was fired for the dumbest reason from my last job. Like, it was so stupid. Okay. You guys want to know the tea? I didn't go home. I left work on my sick day when they sent me home because it was Asian Fest in Manhattan. Every day they were having
Fest.
It was Japan Fest. And it was one of the days they sent me home at like 2.
You
finished
were
my
really
list.
sick.
I finished my list, bro. Mind you, my work was done. And I was really sick. They sent me home. They were like, you go home. But Bree was in the city and she was like,
I was getting some food.
Let's meet at Japan Fest. And I was like, I'm already here. I'm hungry. And
she can come home with me anyway. So.
Then we can just go home together. And plus, I'll just take some pictures for Snapchat to post. Because I was trying to do 2 jobs at once. Sorry for being an entrepreneur. Sorry, my bad. Anyways, I take my photos. We go home. We probably weren't even there for an hour together. Yeah. We go do it through it real quick. And then they emailed me saying that they saw me posting that I never went to the doctors when they just gave me insurance, so I couldn't go to the doctors within the time that they gave it to me.
When you've been asking for
I know, literally. So that was on them. And then they said that I was out drinking on my story, and I was like, I don't drink, so what are you talking about?
No, which is a wild
thing to say, that I was out drinking at a dinner party with my friends, and I was like, I didn't go to any dinner parties. What are you talking about? I was like, Japan Fest? Like, is that what they were thinking? It was like, that's where I went, because I was like, whose Snapchat are you looking at?
Yeah, I was like, are you being racist and just looking at like some
Are you seeing some other hijabi and she's out drinking? Because like, I don't even think she would be doing that either.
No, literally.
So what are you talking about? I just felt like they fired me for like the dumbest reason. Like,
I'm gonna put a Yelp review.
Found out like one of an ex-employee from there also told me that they have a history of hiring people, working them the 3 months till that time right before they hit healthcare.
I think they were just trying to find an excuse.
Yeah, they were finding an excuse.
And a lot of places do that.
I got my experience in a Michelin star kitchen in New York, so that's pretty cool.
You should have looked at other places that you trailed at.
Oh, I know, but I honestly didn't like the other places as much. That's why I ended up picking that. The other places were so like dungeon vibes. Because in New York, when you work like prep, most of the kitchens are in the basement, so it's like very dungeon vibe. I was lucky where I was not in a basement. I was on like a floor.
But why not look into like a bakery now, like in Manhattan?
Thing is, every time I think about wanting to do that, it's the worst excuse, but like, it's because of my parents. Because I can't travel and leave whenever I want to go to Florida if I have a freaking job, can I? I can't do that.
Not at least for the first month or 2.
Yeah, but no, when I was working, I didn't see my parents for that whole 6-7 months I was working.
But you were at a Michelin star restaurant.
Couldn't take off.
You couldn't.
And the thing, bakeries, Brie, it's basically the same kind of hours, same kind of thing. Most food service things, you can't take days off like that. They're very strict. So it's like, I will go back into that feeling of not being able to take days off. I can't go travel and visit my family.
I guess, but
so, like,
I think important. And I'm not saying that's more important than seeing your parents, but like, I think you should still do that because that's...
I know. Because there was a point where I wanted to.
That brings joy to your life. And it's not like you can never take off. What's something I've said that you can't forget? It could be anything. Doesn't have to be deep.
I don't know. Like, I don't think I've...
You don't remember.
Like, I just don't think I think of something.
So nothing you say is important.
Like, if you want, like, something mean you've said to me, I feel like that's what my brain latches onto. Like, some mean comment you probably said to me that I probably held on to for years. That's probably all I could think about.
Okay, what is it?
I don't even know. I probably buried it in my brain. No, but that's probably all, like, my brain would remember, knowing how my brain works. There's too many things. That's the problem. That is true. There's too many things.
It's a lot when you live together.
We've been too much. Like, I don't know. Like, to pick one
I
thing
honestly don't
like,
even know for you either.
Saying, like,
what made you notice me that day in art class?
I remember it was the shirt you were wearing because I think that's what we ended up...
From the neighborhood?
It was the R.I.P. to my youth. I think that's genuinely the first day we started talking because I was like, oh my God, I love that song. And I think I asked, I was like,
geeked.
And I think I asked you, I was like R.I.P. like from the neighborhood, like I wanted to make sure that's what the shirt was from and not just like a shirt that had a catchphrase and like I was about to sound stupid. So I think I asked you or something. I think that's how our conversation started.
That's funny.
It is funny that the neighborhood is like the first conversation we had because
that was like the day after I went to the concert.
don't even like it's just weird.
I was like 14 years old.
Not what I would think our first conversation would be.
14 years old. That was 10 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
I was 14. I was 14 years old when I went.
No, because technically, yes, we have known each other for 10 years, but we've been friends for 8.
That the first day we met though was 10 years ago, and it was in November, so literally about to be 10 years ago.
That's funny because like our actual friendship, when we count it, is October 2 years later.
Yeah.
So 8 years we've been friends, like 8 years, but known each other for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years is crazy. I thought you and Karina were at 10 years. How old are you and Karina at then? Like 12 or 14 then?
Oh, me and Karina are over 10 years.
Because I thought, who did you just say? You said you're Kayla and you were 10 years.
No, Kayla over 10 years.
So who did you just say was 10 years? You were just saying like, oh, it's 10 years.
No, I think me and Karina briefly mentioned like, I can't believe we've known each other for over 10 years.
I've known Karina for 8.
No, because Karina, if you don't know Karina, one of our long-term friends, she sent me a picture today of her little sister who because clearly I've known Karina since we were, 13, 14. Her little sister is 15 now, so she was
a baby,
a child, and a baby.
It's crazy.
And like now she's like grown, and I was just like, that's crazy.
It's sick to see.
That's like insane.
It's sick to see.
And scary and terrifying.
And
like, you know what? I can't even imagine what our parents think about us.
The thing is, now it all makes sense when they look at us and they're like, oh, you're 23, or like, I'm just like,
It's a different dynamic though. You're the youngest, so they're clinging on to that because they're like, you're the last baby and I'm not a baby. I'm not a baby anymore. They try to like stop you from doing that. That's what the youngest always goes to. But the oldest, they don't care.
They don't care. They push you out of the house. They're like, literally get out.
That's me.
There's another friend of mine, Bella, that I have. That was from the neighborhood from when I was in like elementary school. I still have her on Instagram.
Do you guys like swipe up every now
and then? Like she like we'll always like interact on each other's stories, and like if like she gets a picture or if she like finds a picture, like an old picture, like she's the one who sends me the Halloween photos that we have. Okay, bro, funny story. Like she was the first actually party I went to because she was the only friend I had that wasn't Muslim. Oh, okay. She wasn't Muslim. She was like, I went to her christening. Is that the one when they're like a little older? Not the baby. It's the baby not christening. The baptism. Which one's the one that's there's a baby and then like when they're a bit older? Like
I think baptism is when you're older.
Okay.
Oh no.
Baptism is for a baby.
Yeah.
Christening is for the kids. I went to her christening party. Like I went to her, like I did, like, you know, like she was my best friend at the time. We had sleepovers. Why wouldn't you go? No, we had sleepovers and like, but she was also my first mate. Like she came to mosque with me. Like how I take all my American friends. We would take them all. They had a Halloween party at their house, and
we need to put that photo in.
Oh my god, it's actually so horrible that my mom let me go out like that. And mind you, under this photo that we're gonna insert, under the mask I'm wearing that's covering my entire face, my face is painted under there white. Keep that in mind.
What were you supposed to be?
I don't know. My dad went to Spain a few years ago for work, like literally 20 years ago for work, and brought this box of masquerade masks back. So every year for Halloween, I was just one of the masks. I just put on one of the masks. Okay. And he had like sick Joker mask, so I would just do that and like walk around the neighborhood in like tights and like a shirt and then just put the mask on. But like they were throwing a party and like my parents let me go, and I don't think they knew it was gonna be like a full on party. I think they thought because the kids were gonna be there, it was still gonna be like very chill. But I got to sleep over that night, so like after like a few hours of like just the kids, like it got into like adult party. It was a rager. And my little,
how old were you,
bro? In that picture, I'm probably like elementary. I'm in elementary school. I'm in elementary school, bro. I'm over there. Like I had this signature dance that I would always do, and I'm not even gonna do it. It's so embarrassing. But at the party, I remember seeing her older sister. They were all of legal age. Like it was not underage drinking, but like she was drinking. She was drinking a beer, and I remember seeing her face look so disgusted. Like she literally took a sip, and she was just like, and I was just like, why would she drink it if it doesn't taste good? Like, I was so confused. Like, me as a kid, I was literally like, I've never seen this kind of party. So I'm, like, asking Bella, and I'm like, why is she drinking her drink if it doesn't taste good? Like, why is she still drinking it? Like, should she just throw it away? Like, I don't get it. Like, and I remember, like, I didn't tell my parents what happened that night. I didn't want them to know I was at a full-on party.
They would never let you.
But I remember they were playing like Pitbull, and I was just like literally dancing. Like, that's what I was doing.
Get on the floor.
No, I was having fun.
La, la, da, 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 da. I feel like that was like the
probably that was probably the music that was playing. Probably was. That was honestly probably what was playing. Good times.
Good times, 10 lines.
Should I even say the other thing I was gonna say?
We could say for the next one. I honestly think you should stitch it.
I'm not just saying in this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say in this one. No, because literally yesterday I was scrolling on TikTok and this has never happened where I've seen someone start talking about me and my name was
in the caption
in the caption, and I was like, oh. What, like, I was on, I don't know why I was so worried. I was like, what do they have? I was like, what do they have on me? I was like, what did she find? I was like, this is great. I'm like, my day's over. But it was literally nothing. It wasn't that it was nothing, but she was just stating her opinion. She was just basically saying that she thought it was weird that back then, because at the time I was still in high school in my brother's YouTube videos, and when his friends first met me, their initial reaction to not being able to, like, hug me or, like, touch me was very, like, they were making jokes about it, especially back then what YouTube was.
Okay, one, back then, that's what YouTube was. Two, do people forget that, like, social media is not reality? Like, things are, like,
that too.
Exaggerated and meant to be skits, and it's
a
not
joke.
Like, they're that personality of a person, like, you know, Zane, like, he was, like, the drunk going out drinking, whatever. Like, that doesn't, like, fully represent, like, that's not, like, he's not a walking that him. Yeah. Like, they just exaggerate it for the social media tactic. Yeah. Like, I just don't think people understand that. Like, that's and you have to run with that. To make money, you run with that. Because it's entertaining.
And I think to her point, she was, like, confused that, like, oh, but Zane was out here doing all this and that. But it's like, and I think that's what the guys were making jokes about, that, like, you can't even hug us and your brother's doing this and that. I think that's what was the joke. But, like...
But how does that correlate? Like, I still don't understand
I don't know. Saying. But, like, I think it was also... People have to forget that, like, obviously... They have to remember that, like, growing up wearing a scarf, that's not the first time a guy has been shocked I can't hug him. Like, I went to a public middle school. Boys in middle school try to hug the girls all the time. That's just what happened. It's not disrespectful because, like, I've also watched my mom at work have, like, different ranges. She does taxes for work, so she has a different range of people coming in. They'll try to shake her hands, and their responses would vary depending on how old the man was. If he was an older man, it was very, like, respectful, like, I get you, like, right, sorry, my bad. And if it was a boy, like a younger boy, he was probably a little bit more confused because he didn't understand. He was like, what?
That's the thing, some people just don't know.
That's what it was, especially back then. When I was growing up in middle school, a lot of the boys did not know. I was probably the first Muslim girl they've ever interacted with. Especially where we grew up, there was not a lot of Muslim girls. I didn't see a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, in public schools. So, they had never seen a Muslim girl before. They didn't know that they couldn't touch me. They didn't know they couldn't see my hair. Like, they didn't understand these things and why it was in place. So, it didn't shock me when my brother's friends did it. And I was just, like, I laughed because it was, like, I've heard it all before. Like, yeah, you can't touch me. You can't hug me. Like,
I also don't know what jokes I don't know. I
can't even remember because I feel like they were just, like, it was just, like, I don't even think they made that many jokes about it. I think it was literally just the first time when I met them at Playlist. And, like, I think it was, like, one of them was trying to, like, they went in to try to hug and I was just, like, I can't. It was just, yeah. And it's just, like, I feel like those are, like...
It's not like they, like, got mad at you afterwards.
No, yeah. Like, they weren't, like, trying to rip my scarf off my head.
Yeah. Like, also, it's just, like, I don't like how, like, people compare you to Zane or Zane to you when, like...
We're very different.
Yeah, like, just because your siblings doesn't mean, like, you guys follow the same things. Like, that doesn't...
No, and Zane
is... it's not in a good way, and it's not... I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, that's just... It
no,
is.
but like, Zane has made it very clear that he doesn't feel like he's very religious. So it's, like...
Right.
You can't judge him for not feeling that way. Like, if that's his choice, that's his choice.
Yeah.
I feel like also people just, they can't wrap their head, a lot of people still can't wrap their head around our family dynamic, so I think it just confuses them too much. They don't understand our connection, like, who's, like, the parent, like, we do have separate moms, and a lot of the times, like, you do fall under your mom's religion more, so it's like, if you're spending more time with your mom, and he was in the divorce, he was more at his mom's house, growing up in a Christian household.
Either way.
That's just, like, I mean, it's just bound to happen, I feel like.
Either way, he's never been on social media that I know of and be like, I am a Muslim man. Has he ever said that?
No.
So I just don't understand why people are even commenting on our videos. Zane, like, does not eats pork, like, okay. That's like saying that to me right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just saying and assuming things about people.
I think because we like give our lives to the internet, people feel entitled to have an opinion, and they have their thoughts, and it's like we do the same thing to other creators. Do you know what I mean? When we watch, like, think about how you were like, so like, oh, they broke up the other day. Like, it was just like, but it's like, no, we don't know the relationship. We don't know what happens. We don't.
They could have been abusing each other.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it could have been a really toxic relationship. Facts. And, like, that's, honestly, I feel like, I'm not even saying this, like, I know anything. I don't know anything. This is literally just my, like, thought process. I feel like a lot of the couples that do, like, have those, like, perfect relationships with social media is, like,
no, I've seen some of them. Perfect. I've seen some of them getting exposed for, like, DV.
I saw this page when she was like, I don't know the couples they were talking about, but it was just this one creator talking about, like, there's these couples that I know for a fact are not as picture perfect as they claim to be. Some of them are not even
together anymore, and they fake it. I've seen that.
Really?
That one girl went down for it. She was known for, like, gelling her head, and, like, apparently her husband, like, they, like, cheated on each other or something.
Why?
But she was, like, continuing to make. She was, like, a redhead that was, like, known for, like, gelling her hair with, like, slick gel, like, military, like.
That sounds
she was, like,
familiar.
A military redhead. I think she fell off because I haven't seen her videos in forever. I think her name is Ashley.
People, like, want to lie and put up this facade, but I'm like, if you tell people the truth, money. But I feel like if you tell people the truth,
make more money.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, people feed off, because it's also, like, people relate to that. Like, people love to look at the picture perfect because it's nice to, like, hope for. Yeah. It's like it's nice to look at for a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's not realistic.
Yeah.
It's not relatable. Exactly. I can't relate to that. I'm not gonna watch it.
No, literally.
I'm relating to the single girls who
I honestly wasn't tuned in until the drama happened.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, no one relates to that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't relate to Nara Smith. It's nice recipes and it's aesthetically pleasing videos, but I don't relate to her, even though they were the same age, and that shocks me.
Yeah.
We're the same age.
I just saw a video. It's like, man, Nara Smith really just, like, skipped her 20s. Like, she went straight to, like, high school and then was like, okay, I'm going to get married.
I saw that video.
Yeah. She just skipped it all.
But it's like, everyone can do that, really.
Anyone could do that, but it's like, you have no experience in life, do you? I don't know. But maybe
she does. Know.
But also,
we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. She might have been the most experienced person. She might have been popping her shit in her 16s, and now she doesn't even do it in her 20s.
She also might be doing it now, and we don't know. Like, because, like we just said, people can portray themselves on anything they want on social media, but they could not be like.
But I'm sorry. Actually, I think she's living the best 20-year-old life because she's going to all these influencer events. She's doing fashion weeks.
She's a model.
So it's like she's a model.
She actually does work.
So she is living her 20s.
But people think that all she does is, like, I don't know, sit at home and record herself making something. I think that's, like, all.
I want to do that living in my 20s. Like, what do you mean? That's, like, the best living in your 20s. People think going out to the club is living in your 20s, but that is not everyone's version of living in their 20s. No, but I'm saying,
like, she made a whole video about it. She's like, you guys don't know me. Like, I'm constantly working. I'm exhausted. Like, she's doing things.
But like, also that, like, living in your 20s is, like, it's not just partying, like, or clubbing. Like,
no one said that.
No, but that's what the video he did say. Like, he was literally saying, he was like, she skipped the clubbing and, like, having fun. Yeah, like, having fun and clubbing in your 20s, but it's like, that's not what everyone's version of 20s is, and, like, that's not fun to everyone. Not a lot of people like clubbing.
I think his point was, like, she went straight to just getting married and having kids.
Yeah, but I feel like the amount of people I feel like young who had kids too.
You didn't experience, like, life.
That's true, but, like, it's just a different version of life.
It's sad, but
why is it sad though? Like, some people enjoy having kids that young because then they get to, like,
I guess, but
be young with their kids.
I think everyone should travel the world once in your life because.
But she's traveling.
I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying in general. His video was wrong. It just was funny. That, you know what I mean? Yeah. But in general, like, I think people should experience life. It doesn't have to be getting wasted or doing drugs, but, like, that's not what life is. You know what I mean? Every person that I do know that has, like, skipped that regrets it. So.
Yeah, I think because it's done in the wrong way. Like, I feel like even if I had kids young, like, why does that mean I don't get to travel or do those fun things? Like, I feel like it's because, like,
Well,
like, I know from experiences people who have picked the wrong partners, not even just money. It doesn't have to be the money, because I know people who have the money, but they picked the wrong partners, and now they aren't doing those fun things.
Yeah, because you settle and have kids at a young age. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a smart thing to do, because how do you even know? You haven't even grown into your person, you yet. You know what I mean? If you do it too young, you're not even fully grown yet. Because, like, we're not even fully, like, grown yet. Like, what about that frontal lobe? Come on now. Like, you know, it's just, there's no point of rushing things.
Okay, I think that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
Do what you gotta do.
We'll see you guys next Thursday.
Bye.